What would your life look like if you were your most attractive self? What opportunities would you get? Who would you meet? Who would be attracted to you? For most people, their looks is an area where they don't feel confident. But in actuality, most people are not that bad looking, and because they have a good base to start with, most people can become quite attractive. Let's talk about it in this video, and specifically, let's talk about areas where most people mess up in terms of improving their looks. Now, I want to start off by saying one thing. Looks are very subjective, right? And some people are going to find some things nice and some people won't. You can't please all the people all the time, and you should still try and make yourself feel comfortable. But with that being said, there are things that we can all do which will massively improve our attractiveness and our looks. I think the first thing that most people need to realise when it comes to looks is this. It's not us that determines our own attractiveness. So people can sit there and say, I'm a 7, I'm a 10, all they like, but if they're not getting the life results, if people aren't approaching them because they're not attractive, if they're not meeting people and being liked, you're probably not that attractive, right? And that's just the truth of it. So you can sit there and say you're a 5, a 10, a 7, but life will show you. That's just the truth of it. So once we acknowledge that it's something that other people rate, how do we go about improving our attractiveness? Well, I think the most important thing is to acknowledge that a lot of what most people do to become attractive just doesn't work. Look, I'm going to be the first person to say you should have a good routine, go to the gym, try be healthy, all that sort of stuff, but the idea of looks maxing directly and the idea of lifting weights to become more attractive is unrealistic. These are the things that people like later down the line when they already have established a connection with you. I'm not saying that they don't matter, they should be something that you do, but don't look to these to attract other people. A lot of the things that most people can do start with the face. Let's be honest, the first thing that most guys can do is start off by getting a haircut that matches their style. Start off by picking some clothes that matches your style. I see so many guys nowadays who moan about looks maxing, but they're not realising the actual point. Nobody cares if your eyebrows are done a certain way. It matters, but not that much. If you're still fat, if you're still in clothes that don't fit. Something that I've said many times before is, even if you were the most attractive person on earth, if you were not able to portray an image of confidence, what results would you actually get in the real world? You know, besides looks, and looks are a big thing, it's the biggest and most easy thing that most people can improve. Get a haircut, get yourself in good shape, relatively, get some good clothes. But besides that, what are the things that bring us to people? It's the way that they act, right? And a lot of these guys will improve their looks, but then they won't be ready to deal with the consequences. And what I mean by that is, if they do get more attention, how are they going to deal with it? They're not, because they don't have the social skills. Unlike building a business and getting loads of money, improving your looks and your attractiveness is something that most people can do almost for free very easily. But yet it's one of the areas where I see most people struggle. It's very simple, but you've got to have that confidence and you've got to go and make the improvements, not necessarily based on what you think, but based on what the real world tells you. And you can do your own thing, right? But you've got to be willing to deal with the results of that. And what I mean by that is as follows. A lot of guys say, I like my hair the way it is, I like my this. That's okay. No one's going to say anything against it, but don't be surprised if you don't get the results that you want. Look, it's a simple fact of life. Other people are going to tell you how you look, rather than you, in the way that they treat you, in the way they approach you, in the way they act around you. If you want to become more attractive, do the basic stuff first. Building a business is not going to make you more attractive directly. Going to the gym, not going to make you more attractive directly. Improve this area first, right? And then improve what's in here.